BassResinator here. Maybe you saw me make this yesterday. Well, I'm going to try another one, but I'm not going to use turquoise. I'm going to use, it's called Apatite. It's a blue stone, various shades of blues and grays and stuff. But what I did on this one is I dusted the head and the flippers, and I'm not going to do that with this one. I'm going to, where's the one I had chosen? It was a larger one, and it had a really pretty blue on it. Is that it? Oh, maybe I put it back in the baggie. No, it must be this one. Okay, so it's the one I thought, and I'm going to stick that up there in his head after I get some resin in here. And then I am going to not fill it all the way up. I'm going to get it pretty... don't know exactly how I'm going to do this. I have, well, I'll go grab it and I'll come right back. It's from Tropical Glitz, and it is a metal flake called South Beach Blue. Look at that color. So what I'm thinking, I probably ought to do this first, is I want to mix up some UV resin and put it in those flippers. I don't want it to cover it completely. I just want it on a little bit in there, you know. So maybe I could put some, no, I'm not going to mess with the head. Okay, let me get a little pot. I'm using my Bond Crafter UV resin. I won this. Somebody had another resin artist had this thing going, and a giveaway contest, and they were being sponsored by Bond Crafter, and I won it. I thought, that is so cool. Okay, I don't think I need a ton. But this, wait till I open this up and you can see inside. Look at that color. Now, if I could dust that in place and it stay there, that would be awesome, but it won't stay there. It'll float when the resin starts hitting it. So I'm gonna just put in that much, 2 little scoops, 2 scoops of raisins in a Kellogg Raisin Bran. Okay, I'm gonna use my little silicone brush to mix it up and then to put it into place. Now I already have eyes. I have eyes for you. I already have some eyes UV'd in place, and they have a very pale blue to a very dark blue. But they do not have, like on this one, the pupil is going up and down. This one is a round one, so I don't have to worry about adjusting which side is up and which is down. But I did put a dot on there. I don't know if you can see in. And the reason I put that dot there is because the one side has the light blue and one side has the dark blue, and I want them to be this to look similar. Now there are little grooves in this, on these flippers, and so I'm just trying to stay right inside those grooves. And if it pulls up a little bit, that's okay. Man, that is some serious color now. And I just got some up there. Oh, great. Get off. Okay, I'm going to set this over to the side, move this guy out the way, put this over here, and get my lamp. There we go. And let that cure up before I put the next little bit down. So, how's everybody been today? Hopefully very well. Today is Sunday here, and we had a good church service this morning. Okay, go underneath it now, get both sides. Whenever you are doing like setting eyes in place in a mold like this that is translucent, it's not transparent, but it is translucent. That means light will go through. If you just put something with UV resin in and cure it from one side, it'll be cured on this side, but it might be a sticky mess when you go to pull it out, and that's no fun. So those should be nice and solid now. And now let me this one is seriously slanted, so I'm expecting this to pool up. But I think this is just going to give it enough color to highlight the stones that I'm using, that blue apatite. I know it sounds like I said glue apatite, but I don't have an appetite for glue, just blue. This one is a wider section back here. I'm going to try and get that. You know, if I can do all of them. That would be cool. This turtle's definitely going to have character because these... Oh, look at that. One drop went down there. Shall I leave it? Shall I make it seem as if it was intentional? I think I will. There it is. It was intentional. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Talk about it. I didn't mess up. No. I just had to reevaluate and get that in place. Now, what do you do with this? You can either pour it out or cure it in place. Thinking maybe I'll pour it out onto. I have a white silicone mold here. See if I can get a round shape. Could use it as a center of a flower if I was doing a 3D bloom or something. Have a pretty blue, South Beach blue. Wow, some vehicles around here are really loud. Okay. I'm going to flip that over now. Get the other side. And then I will put this under there as well. I don't think that's going to get enough light on it, so I'm going to go with my, as people across the pond call it, the torch. I call it my flashlight. UV flashlight. I will have everything that I'm using in the description, so if you desire to do use any of these things, the mold, the resin that I'm using, where I got the stones, this South Beach blue metal flake, I'll have all of that in the description box for you. Okay, now I do not think this is going to be cured on the underside, so I'll flip it over. Oh, look at there, I can have two pieces. This will cure the bottom side of this. Now this, see, because it was so thick, that's what I was talking about when you're putting stuff into a mold. If you don't cure the other side, you can have that sticky mess. Now this one is cured all the way now. This may have a little stickiness on the underside. Okay, and then do not throw that away. Save it. I can guarantee you find places to use it. Could use that in the guy's head. But I said no, I wasn't going to do that. But I could. And then, after you have... Oh, sorry, that was me getting some packing tape. You just go down on top of where you had your cured UV resin or any other type of resin, when it's on silicone, it just peels right up. Makes it real easy to clean up. Okay, get that out of the way. Now, do I want to put that in there? In his head? Give him a skull cap? I'm thinking yes. I'm not going to use that one. I'll set this over to the side. And I'll use it later. Okay, I am going to just put a dab of this clear UV resin in his head. And then set this little circle thing that I made right on top of it, and then cure it. Cure it in place. I don't want to have a bubble. I may need to put a little bit more UV resin in there. And I just introduced a bubble and it is gone. Okay, now I think what I will do is I will put one of these little stones, one of these blue apatites, up in there too. Chunk it into his nose area. Okay, I'll let you see what I'm doing shortly. Okay. In his head, you got the stone all the way up in the front, and then that blue wafer thing that I made. Get that thing out the way. And I'm going to cure that up real quick. Don't know if that just pulled out of the out of this little cup. Get a little bit more packing tape out, and then clean out the inside of this little mixing pot. Some of this stuff is being stubborn. Okay, let me flip that over now. I unstick some, and then I unstick some, and then I put some of the stuff that I've already taken off gets stuck. So a little bit more tape. There we go. Got it all cleaned out. Cool. That's what I needed. Now, I'll get some resin mixed up. That should be cured by now. Get that back out of the way. No more UV for thee. I'll be right back when I get the resin mixed up. Okay, I got my T-Expert resin mixed up. It's 1:1. Ooh, I don't want to introduce bubbles. So I'm going to put this stick in here. That helps keep bubbles from happening. And it didn't keep all bubbles from happening because I see one floating. I'm not going to fill this all the way up. I want to just get some in here so that I can start assembling my stones. And to try and help keep any bubbles from happening, I'm going to dip them and get that over here closer. And there's still a bubble right there. Get off. Well, that was my attempt at trying to get bubbles from happening. Didn't work. So I will do the toothpick method. Where I will put a stone in, flip it over with the toothpick. Any bubbles that might be hanging on, hopefully I can get them off. Boy, that one really turned up pretty blue, huh? Look at that big old bubble just. Get off, get off. that big old bubble on down there. I'll be able to pop these bubbles on the surface and after I'm done loading them in here.
I once knew a turtle so shy, lived in the Rio Grande Valley sky with an appetite that just wouldn't quit, munching on greens bit by bit. In a world of resin art we played, sparkling under the sun's golden rays. With BassResinator on the radio, we danced where the cacti grow. Turtles and resin, oh what a pair, artistic dreams hanging in the air. With BassResinator, life's a parade down the Rio Grande Serenade. Colors swirling, stories unfold in this desert land so bold. Turtles parade with twinkling eyes, creating magic neath starry skies. Resin flows like the morning dew, every sparkle tells something new. Tiny turtles paint the scene in a wondrous valley so serene. From dawn till dusk we create and munch, turtle snacks packed for lunch. With BassResinator in the tune, crafting dreams until the moon.
Well, it's all cured up and I already took it out of the mold. I couldn't wait. Look at those stones. Let's turn him over. Wow. And there are those eyes. And that little skull cap that I gave him right up there by the stone. It's pretty cool. So yeah, using semi-precious stones, semi-precious gems in resin can keep them protected and looking wonderful for years. Now, if you want it in some type of a setting like a ring or a pendant or something, you can do that as well. But just to let you see that you can do. Get that guy completely out the way because he was not the focus of this video. This guy was. You can put in beautiful stones. And those two drops that were like, oh, actually look like part of the deal. Very pretty. What do you think? You like this type of stuff? If you are a subscriber of mine, thank you for subscribing. If you're not, consider it. It's free. What is that? There's a glare. Okay. I thought there was a bubble right there, but it's not. And if you do subscribe, push the little icon of the bell, and anytime I do something new, you will be apprised of that, and it'll let you know something's happening. So yeah, join us. It's a lot of fun. Tomorrow's video is going to be coasting through the week. So I'm going to be joining Marvelous Artsy, Resin Me Up, that's Mary. I think her name is Tammy at Epoxy Me That. Maybe Lula from the She calls herself the Nerd Goblin, and maybe Laura from Laura's Art Studio, and maybe others. I don't know, but those were the ones who joined us last week. So yeah, let me know what you think. We'll see you for the next one. Stick around. I'm gonna have some stills of this beautiful turtle. Bye.
Creating magic needs starry skies. Resin flows like the morning dew. Every sparkle tells something new. Tiny turtles paint the scene in a wondrous valley so serene. From dawn till dusk we create and munch. Turtle snacks packed for lunch. With BassResinator in